This is gonna be real
So
quick.
actually, if you guys want to look at your characters I picked out,
Hi.
Dustin, your character is on page 92 of the book.
We're doing some
You're
Shadowrun.
going too fast, man.
What's the name of this
I
Shadowrun,
do.
Kurt?
I haven't even got up to that level yet.
Kurt?
What?
What's the name of this
Nothing
type of
but the
Shadowrun?
run. It's called what's the book?
Yeah, or like the rule set that we're using, the version.
It's Shadowrun Anarchy. It's an alternate rule set. It's a narrative rule set.
Okay.
It's uses the queue system, but it's super heavily modified. And
Still trying to log into Dropbox right now.
Is Dustin playing Symmetra from Overwatch?
huh?
It's weird if you
She looks like Symmetra from Overwatch.
No, page 92. You're looking at the wrong person. Page 92 in the book, not as the PDF.
All right,
Oh.
share the thing with me.
Oh, it's not shared with you? I'm gonna fix that.
I want to see Dustin on page 92. He looks like the street dwarf that has the blood.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm the street samurai, right?
Yes, you're a street samurai. And then hold on, let me share the thing with Dustin, and then I can I'm just gonna share the Shadowrun folder. That's all you need. Because if I share the rest of it, it's gonna be. Oh, I guess I can't do that. Blah blah blah. Okay, well,
This is
because
great.
I don't own that folder.
I don't know where to find myself, but this is great. I'm excited. Table of contents.
You are in there too. I don't know what page you are, but you're like one of the early ones. Okay, so Dustin.
Well, does it say street
Right,
samurai or does it
Dustin.
say by a certain name?
So I have shared the gaming folder with you. To download a bunch of crap, but you just need the Shadowrun stuff. For the
Hello,
purposes
everybody.
of
We're here.
For the purposes of this, Dustin, I will give you a link to it directly.
I'm Lucas. This is Lucasgvariety. I'm here with these lovely gentlemen. We're going to do Shadowrun, Anarchy. It's all about the run, I think is the name of the campaign. I think that's what Kurt... which I really like, by the way, if that's what you name the campaign. We're not hackers in real life.
No. So I put a link
pirates.
into... Oh, what's this? I put a link into the chat, Dustin, that will take you right to the books. So if you're having... Because Dropbox will take a minute to
I'm
update.
typing with a smile on his face.
And...
Some repercussions.
Hey, no, you don't give me any of that crap. You don't have my character on there, so you don't get to say anything about my keyboard.
Damn.
I know. You yell at Kurt. I'm the host. I can yell at you about the angry typing. God.
No,
This
you
is starting
don't.
out so well. We're going to just nuke each other.
Okay.
Kurt, I recall you say, am I playing the human technomancer?
I was going to make you a Technomancer, but I guess you kind of have a choice. You can either be a Deckler or a Technomancer, unless you don't like either one.
Explain.
What's funny is that the name of the human technomancer is Vector.
Yes. Which you found. You found him then, so you're good.
That
Page
would mean if I
128,
played
dude.
the technomancer, I'd have a Vector and a Victor.
Victor.
What's your
Victor?
Victor?
Okay.
What was the other one?
Hmm?
What was the other one that you contemplated me playing?
The brute force Decker. He is on page 100.
Troll as a face. Orc Street Samurai. I found him. Sledge. I went by him the first time. How the heck did I do that?
Everything that's on the sheet is in
He does look like Stone Cold Steve Austin, doesn't he? Or Goldberg.
Goldberg.
the Goldberg. Totally
I
looks like Goldberg.
I kind of get the
I have
Steve
to agree with
Austin.
Dustin.
No, well, no.
No,
okay.
no. Google Goldberg and Google Steve Austin.
It's totally Goldberg.
It's totally Goldberg.
I know both of them. I'm saying I'm Team Steve Austin.
Oh boy,
So-
I'm torn now. I don't know whose team to take. I don't know whose side to be on.
Yeah.
guys.
So
He looks like Dwayne
Shadowrun
The Rock
Anarchy
Johnson. No.
is a narrative driven game. You basically I'm always a storyteller.
Mhm.
So I have control over the story. However, we make the story together. So you will all take turns making the narrative with me for the most part.
That's awesome.
There are points where that will be different. There are points where, like, when you're talking to, like, Johnson or something, you all get to talk and that kind of thing. There are also, so basically, we're going to be creating a narrative, and then there's it's different things you can do. Like, everybody has plot points, and everybody starts out with 3 plot points per session, and you can get more plot points. You can be rewarded plot points for things based on my judgment, and plot points I use to, like, do something crazy, move out a turn, because basically we take the same turn. Like, in this case, I would probably just go the line that I have you guys on the call. So Luke would be first, then Dustin, then Dem.
That's right.
And then we just keep doing that to resolve things. There's no real initiative. Everything just kind of goes in order, and I just play off what you guys want to do.
It's funny.
But the, like, plot points are kind of like hero points in Pathfinder a little bit.
Okay.
You can use plot points to do
something amazing,
crazy things. You can use plot points to, like, affect things. Like, if Dustin was doing something like, he's like, okay, I'm drawing a bead on this guy to try to shoot him. You could say, well, I'm gonna use a plot point to interrupt, and I'm gonna do this before he does this.
Why would I want to interrupt him though?
Yeah, you just say I want to use a plot point. It's a flow.
Well, I wouldn't want to interrupt my own team member though, probably, would I?
But the plot points are usually beneficial.
Yeah, like
they can
you'd
also
probably interrupt me if you can get away with it.
Like,
yeah, I mean, I would definitely want to thwart your move, Dan, because I would probably be trying to kill you anyway secretly. It's gonna come to PC versus PC by the end of this, and Kurt's gonna be like, "What happened?"
Plot points are basically like in a movie it would be a twist.
Okay, no,
it would be like a twist happening. So there could be something like, so as Dustin draws a bead on this guy, you can say, plot point, this guy that he's actually trying to shoot is actually
your mother,
another guy, or something, some twist that either benefits or doesn't. You can also use it to affect. Page 35 explains plot points better than what I'm doing.
That's for sure.
But they kind of give you an idea. But that is primarily the big thing. We are creating a story, and then you guys have different things that affect the story, and then combat is still dice pools, but it's way simpler.
Okay.
So if you look at the
what I want to say is we've been playing a game that's similar, and I've seen a lot of games lately. We've been playing Apocalypse World, like based off Powered by the Apocalypse. It's a lot like that. It's like all narrative based, with just throwing your stuff in, and do you roll dice or do you react to our dice rolls?
I don't roll dice per se. You guys roll dice mostly.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that you just defend. Actually, if I'm attacking you, then yeah, I have to roll dice for that. So basically, it is normal.
You can do a little.
You have if you look at your character sheet, it shows you there is stats for armor and physical and stun.
Okay.
Things can hit your armor, things can hit your physical, and things can hit stun. And if you look at weapons, where are those? On the side here, each one has a different stat. Like unarmed can be stun or physical damage, and there are different ways to affect different things. Who's beeping at me?
Not me, says I.
There's a beep. Who's chatting? Oh, are we rolling?
Because once again, not taking the blame for something.
Well, I'm gonna keep doing that to my heart's content.
So character creation.
Are you the host?
Nope, you are now.
Oh, really?
No, he's not. But don't tell him. Anyway,
I'm not deaf. Just dense.
So everything is done with a dice pool, like normal Shadowrun is. So
we're a lot of us. I've only played Shadowrun a little bit, and these other two have not played Shadowrun too much at all. So that'll
right. So basically, you have to like make an attack. They've simplified everything. So it's your skill dice. So everybody has a skill. Like say sledge, you want to do a close combat. Close combat involves unarmed combat, melee combat, anything that's close. Somebody's drawing all over the map. I will strangle thee.
It's not so cool, is it?
Who's green? Oh God, you're all terrible.
It's not me. It's not me. Because I went through it when you did it for me on Call of Cthulhu when you wrote all over my character pictures. Just saying.
That was awesome. You didn't even notice till the last minute. And you were like, why do these guys have horns? It's good. So basically, you have skill dice. You have skill. Like, Sledge has close combat of 4. So, and then you add your skill to that, which in his case would be agility. So you have a 6 and 4, that's 10. So you have 10 dice to roll. And then you add any, like, shadow amp or amps or weapon to that pool. I think Sledge gets a +1 die to firearm and heavy weapon rolls, so nothing for that. You get 1 for attack, so...
Wait, where are we looking at? Oh, shoot, that's nice.
Amps.
We're rolling
amps down at the bottom.
We're rolling D6, right?
Yeah, it's all D6.
Okay,
so basically, you're rolling for successes, and successes are 5s and 6s.
Okay, let me run back through there. Let's say I want to attack someone with my custom replica mono katana. Sorry, that's the train.
Okay.
Right? Wait, hold on.
Okay, so you take.
I gotta mute it.
Train.
Thank God.
Shut up, damn.
So if you want to make an attack with the katana,
yes.
you take your close combat base, which they already did this for you on this character sheet. So you have a base of 10.
Where's it say that?
Skill roll. And it's under skills. It's close combat.
Oh, okay.
And your agility is your score. So you take your base is 4, which is okay, and then you add your agility to that, so it makes it 10. So you have 10 dice to roll.
Wait. Okay. So my agility is already 6. Okay. Plus the 4 at the base, which makes 10. So I can just hit 10, and then how do I know? Now ask me for modifiers.
Right. So if you look down under amps, you have Move by Wire, which is cyberware, which you gain +1 to attack movement.
Ooh.
So, and then you have Cyber Eyes with Smart Link, which gives +1 die to firearms and heavy weapon rolls. So none of those affect your sword.
The Move by Wire would, right?
Yeah, so you get 1 for attack. You get +1 to attack. And then your Cyber suit, you get to reroll 1 die in agility related rolls. And
which this is. So I can reroll 1 failed die, right?
Right. And you can reroll a die on close combat attack, so you actually get to reroll 2.
Why do I get to roll?
So you basically just roll, get the +1, and you submit, and it rolls. So yeah.
Here's mine.
Yeah.
So what's the check? What's that mean? I have 6 successes?
Yeah, so you have 6 successes. 5s and 6s are successes with a +1, so you're good there. So you have 6 successes, which is good, and then you can re-roll. You get to re-roll 2 of those fails if you want.
So I could just roll I could just type in 2d6, and then I didn't.
Well, it'd be 1 and 3, so neither one of those.
Yeah. So where's the second one I get to re-roll? Because I get to reroll 1 failed die with range attacks. Nope.
Close combat is not a range attack, so.
No. But where'd you get the reroll the failed die?
So you get to under custom cyberarm suit, suit. You may reroll 1 die in agility rated rolls, which
that's 1.
Close combat is agility.
Yep.
And then you may reroll 1 die with close combat attacks.
Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. There goes all my essence. I'm a robot.
During character creation, you get karma, and you create. This is much different. You don't just buy stuff and have specific abilities, you create your amps. So you get to pick like anything that's a bonus +1, costs a certain amount of karma and essence, and that's how you create your characters. If you guys want to go through that at a later date, we'll do that. But that's why I just kind of did the characters for you now.
No, that's
'Cause
fine.
that's a little bit more involved than I was ready to
Yeah, I mean,
get into.
so like amps mean amplifications that have been put on our body with cyberware, and cyberware.
Yeah,
as you should explain, cyberware
cyberized.
is cybernetic materials to make us more cyborgy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I think we've all pretty much know what Shadowrun is, right? I mean,
Well,
we've all heard of it.
I'm saying this out loud to anybody who may be watching, as much as us as well, who might have
Oh, yeah, I forgot you record.
questions. Yeah, we're all superstars now.
Yeah, so,
But if they don't have any questions or anything, I mean, I'm fine. I mean, but
I mean,
I'm
yeah, if you
asking
guys have any
questions.
questions, I've gone through, I just realized that I'm not really sure how to do damage, but I will figure that out.
I don't have any questions right now because I'm looking over the characters and half listening too. So
Oh, that's fine. If you come across anything, that's just kind of what I wanted to do tonight.
What
Because,
character's mine?
I've originally so you can go through this book.
So you guys actually get to pick your own.
If
and
you don't like what I pick.
I get stuck with Sledge.
But I originally picked for you a guy on page number 92. He's a dwarf street doctor.
The one that has all the blood all over them. Street Doctor. Ah.
So range is simplified to you're either close, near, or far. So you get bonuses depending on what you are. If you look under weapons, it's got those listed there. I really don't like this character sheet that I have in Roll20, but it's the only one they have. I don't know why I don't like it, but I don't.
Viewers, this is MuxieBot. Oh, I'm glad I have a bot viewer. What? And my fave. You are my fave, by the way. So, I want to know essence. How much do essence is basically how much of your humanities you have before you start putting cybernetic implants on yourself, right? And it goes down as you add stuff to yourself. Is that correct?
Right. So Sledge has an essence of 1.
But where would he have
And-
where would he have started with before all the modifications?
Everybody starts at 6.
Okay, I thought it was 6. I remember some things. So
Yeah,
the
everybody
more,
starts at 6.
and you can't go below 0, right? Or 2-0?
No, you can't go to 0. And this is simplified. Ultimately, I believe you can't go below 1.
So they're like whole numbers instead of parts of numbers, like the old version.
Yeah. Like the old version, you had like each thing was like 0.28 or some weird.
It was like what's
Yeah.
that role playing game GURPS that has all the decimal system numbers there? Or
Right. So yeah, this is very simplified. Beat
like
down
I like it.
Shadowrun.
I might actually be able to learn
I mean,
this.
I liked it. I thought it was a good intro. If you want to transition to 5th edition completely, that's also doable. But I was digging into like putting together this game, and I found out this was out, and I took a look, and I thought maybe this would work better, to at least to start.
And
then if we want to transition later, we can. If we need a more robust. Feel like we need something more robust, but I kind of like the idea of it's narrative driven, so it's all
I like narrative.
it's a lot of storytelling.
I've been watching and playing more narrative driven things lately, and I like them. Like the action movie world. We did
Yeah,
at my
that's
house.
kind of what I
That
was.
was great.
It's kind of what I was looking for, because I kind of want to tell stories,
hmm
and while I want it still to be a game and be challenging, I want there to be stories.
Shadowrun can be brutal
Kind of
too.
thing.
Not just the rules, but
Yeah,
like
Shadowrun.
the world itself is brutal because I mean it's in the future. It's cyberpunk at its best. It's big, huge corporation or companies that are all hiring assassins and thieves to undermine each other. I mean, that's the general gist of it, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
so like Company A says, "Hey, you guys go over to Company B and sabotage all their crap so that our profit margins go way up." And we're like, "Okay."
Right. It is just so like the general idea is the common run is, hey, go and steal, go and
Steal data.
bag this guy
Oh, okay.
who is designing this thing for this other company. He's here. Go get him. I don't care how you do it. You just have to come back alive. So it's
What was that last part?
very gray. It's not really a lot of good and
No.
I mean there's good and evil obviously, but you're pretty much left to your devices.
We
as
run in the
far as-
shadows. I mean, do we have a choice of having a sin number or not? Is that a part of this game?
Yeah, sins. All that stuff is still here. Like,
Just-
if you look,
I'm
if
asking
you
out
look
loud.
at your character,
Okay.
you don't have one.
So I grew
But
up in the
you
streets.
You have a qualities. Everybody has a quality kind of thing. You get to pick 3 qualities. Basically you make up 3 qualities. 2 of them are positive. 1 of them has to be negative. Like you have distinctive style, which means that you're easily identifiable by certain parts,
Of my body.
certain things you do. Yeah, like you constantly upgrade and tinker with custom cyberarm, so
So
people recognize you by your cyberarm.
So not only do I not have
So you're
the legalized identification number, so I'm illegal anyway, but it's also easier to
Right.
spot that I'm that person.
Right. So like the street doc, I was kind of looked in at for Dustin, which Dustin, like I said, if you guys don't like the characters I picked, then
Well, I'm down.
feel
I
free to
have
tell me.
I have a crap ton of weapons. I'm gonna stay with the Steve Goldberg combination Street Samurai orc. My first and only
Like-
character I've ever played is an orc, so I'm happy to return
Yeah.
to the ORK. You know, it's
So like
straight up.
Dakari is Dustin's character, and he has act last on the first round of combat. It wasn't specifically you initiating an ambush, so that's his last quality. Which he has guts, which maybe roll 2 dice, resisting fear, and he's got a mentor spirit bear quality. So. And then the
Did you copy all the qualities
so
over
everybody
onto
has,
the sheet somewhere? Oh yeah, I see it.
huh?
Okay, yep. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, if you look, I had to kind of because the character sheet didn't give enough places to put information that's on the actual character sheet. I was kind of irritated, but if you look, you have dispositions and cues for the characters. You don't have to use these, but these are like for the characters I have. You kind of look and you say, well, this is kind of how this guy functions. So disposition.
Oh, the cues.
Like, yeah, dispositions and cues is kind of like
Mine are awesome.
the idea being when you create your character, you create some of these and kind of get an idea how your character would react to certain things, which lets you build on the narrative
I mean,
consistently. So your character doesn't suddenly do something weird and out of character. You have reminders. You have reminders there that say this is how this guy is supposed to act and be.
I like mine. I mean, I already got like his voice kind of going. Like we took the job, we do the job. I didn't mean it when I said you were. I said. I didn't mean you when I said that about elves, coy dog. So like, must be racist. Everyone gets one chance to back down. You're spending yours right now.
Yeah, I mean stuff like that.
I like this guy. He looks like he doesn't take any shit, but he's a street samurai, right? He grew up in the streets.
Right.
He has melee weapons, ranged weapons, and he likes to fight. He does fighting. Fighting is his job. And so when he gets a job, he does the job or he dies trying, right? So that's me. What about you guys?
I don't know if you
The
guys.
doctor is he's like all life is sacred. So he probably is always going around going, How can I reach these kids?
There you go.
Well, after they're dead, I'm not sure
I-
how you're supposed to
my
really reach them,
favorite-
but whatever.
I'm just gonna
My-
come up with a bunch of South Park quotes.
My favorite cue from the doctor is, your collarbone's broken in 2 places. You might also want to quit smoking.
I also might want-
It's good.
Disgusting habit.
So if you guys like your characters, I will get those in to.
Well, so on my end, I guess if cues are kind of how the characters are supposed to act,
Ooh, I wanna hear this.
I'm more inclined to go with Jin.
Okay,
The
I
fourth
wondered about
step.
that because Vector's kind of
Oh,
freedom fighting.
I can use that elf line cue. That is perfect. I didn't mean you when I was talking about elves, coy dog.
I was trying to come up with kind of a balanced ish, and like it's not necessary to have a balanced group in Shadowrun. But I thought maybe you should have a decker. Maybe you should have someone who can use magic and
What's
someone
he?
who can punch
What's
things really hard.
So
is
the only
he-
thing though, so
Go ahead.
you say everyone starts with 6 essence, but this guy actually only starts with 4. Why?
Well,
why is that?
you have 4 now.
It's
You're
because
looking
you have
you're
some
looking at
gear that lowers it.
Yeah,
If
you've
you
already
look
had
at your
stuff done.
shadow, if you look at your shadow amps, it'll say, like, you have a data jack and headwear, that's -1 essence, and you have a smart link, -1 essence. So every character starts with 6 as a base when they start. As you add things to yourself, you lose essence.
See,
Essentially.
So he's already got 2 installed.
yes.
Yeah.
So why does it say 2 on the left of the boxes if it just takes 1 essence?
So that is a level. You get a certain amount of karma when you start, when you create the character. The 2
Okay.
is karma level that costs that.
Gotcha.
It's really not important. It's important for when you update your character later. It's not really important for play, but like
Okay.
you can't go above a certain level for one thing. I think that level is actually 4. Or
Character sheets aren't too
it
bad.
actually might be higher than that, but I don't think you can start with anything higher than a 4. So,
Okay.
like the more you add to stuff, like this, so maybe roll 2 dice on matrix attack. That costs like 2, I think. Firewall, 3, and matrix monitor. Each of those cost 1.
I like how these.
So
things are-
each one of those things on that cyber deck costs you like 1 karma or something like that. So that's why that's a 4.
Okay.
So if you want to look up amps, kind of explain how amps work. Amps are custom created. It's not, you don't just pick. It kind of gives you ideas of what you can do.
So I have a question. What does this character of Dem's do? Like being a what is it? A force decker?
A decker. So he's also. What is that?
What are the things that he?
So he's a hacker. He's the equivalent of a hacker.
All right.
In. So yeah.
Can he also throw fireballs
But
and
he
do that
does-
kind of stuff, or
No. He is not. So you cannot. Essence is required to use magic. If you look,
Oh,
I believe.
you don't- Oh,
Yeah, Dustin's character is a magic person. He has an essence of 6. The higher your essence is when you're using magic, the better.
Oh, so you don't want
You
don't want amps then.
You don't want. Yeah, I mean you get amps. There are ways to get amps, but you don't. You don't want like cyber technology or bio amps. Those are the things that lose your essence. So
Okay, I like
there's
it.
you can't be awakened and have low essence. Basically, awakened are magic users.
Awakened are a magic. Okay, so I was going to ask you actually about emerged and awakened and the penalty up in that top right corner of the character sheet of mine.
It just restricts you like what you can do. Like awakened is magic and emerged is like necromancer.
Yeah, you can't be both. You have to be. You can be one or the other or neither.
And you can't use an ability unless you're one of them.
So
So
emerge.
if you're not awakened, you can't use magic, and you can't join the Matrix if you're not emerged.
Okay.
You can't.
Just with the power of your mind.
Okay.
Yeah, you
can get
can't
there.
emerge.
Sure.
I hate the term emerge because emerge only applies to pretty much technomancers. I mean, I guess you could be emerged and also be something else, but if you're emerged, you pretty much are a technomancer. It's weird like that. So, awakened are magic users, so they generally shy away from the stuff, though not always, that causes essence loss.
Okay.
But
What's the penalty? I have a -3 penalty.
you have a -3 penalty on magic and healing test, correct? That's what it says.
It is in my.
says that.
Oh, I didn't look at the.
It does not say that. It doesn't say that on your sheet, but it says that in the book. It's
Okay.
basically essence is used to test
It
against
should
magic.
say on your sheet. Like right next to where it says.
I was looking at the roll 20. So
Yeah, if you look in the character sheet, I should update that.
Oh.
in there.
essence -3 to magic and healing test. Okay, because my essence is a 1.
So
Gotcha.
so basically, if you do magic, if you're like trying to do something with magic,
I'm gonna
you
suck
suck.
at it.
Also,
What's this wand do? Oh, you muted, Kurt. Kurt, you're muted.
I lost you.
Yep, you're back.
Okay. Did I go? It was me.
You muted for a second. Yeah,
I
you stepped on the cord, I think. I was gonna ask if Dem likes this character that he was just looking at, the Force Decker.
There's also, if you want a different decker too, there's also a battle decker, a combat decker on page 76. Now, you don't even have to be a decker at all. It was just an idea. I thought.
Well, the thing is I like the.
You like the cut of his
Let's
jib?
see what.
It's a jib.
Or like the cut of his jib.
No.
More actually told like this, something like that.
I'll have to read more into it, but I mean, I like the cues. He's egotistical. So
That's perfectly. I mean, yeah, that's kind of something you play off from.
We're all being typecast so far. I'm a badass and you're egotistical, right?
well, it all depends on if this guy can actually deliver, because I can't. I'm just all talk.
Neither can I. Shoot. That's why I play role-playing games.
It's fine.
Just messing around. I want to.
And I'm just trying to think, because I played a biker in one. I played a scientist in another, a hitman. So kind of a hacker, an egotistical hacker. I haven't really played that mentality yet.
It sounds fun.
So gameplay would go something like this. I'd be like, Sledge, you walk into the black hole bar, it's seedy, rundown, dark. There's
Sounds like
people
my
at
kind of
most of the
place.
tables. There's people at most of the tables, and there is a ratty, broken jukebox in the back, kind of stuttering out music. And the contact that you are meeting is supposed to be here. He's a dwarf.
Okay.
And then you would continue
The narrative.
some of that narrative. Yeah,
Okay.
so
It'd be like, this looks like my kind of crib. Yeah. Walk up to the bar and order a drink in a dirty glass, extra dirty. Few olives, gin, on the rocks. Now.
the elven bartender looks at you funny and
Fucking elves. God.
gets you a drink and sets it carefully on the bar in front of you.
Wait, what am I paying with?
Anything else?
Are we using creds or
You win.
new one?
But basically, you have comm links you pay digitally.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Thanks, pointy ears. And then I take it and like walk back towards take a table near the jukebox, right? Something like that.
Sure.
I mean,
And then let me go on to Dustin. Vicari, you have been waiting here for an hour for the orc who was late. the large creature has walked in the door, and it's obviously him, and sits at the table by a jukebox. And then Dustin continues.
As a boring doctor with very few personality qualities, besides that I'm a doctor, I sit there and think about what a doctor would think about. Pondering life and death and how I really wish I could save some life because that's very important to me.
And this guy's
Okay.
armed to the teeth with guns and a samurai sword. They just walked in. I have a lot of guns, don't I?
The doctor quips, I'm getting too old for this shit.
Yes! We got the Danny Glover dwarf. I love it.
Maybe that's what I should do. Play Danny Glover Dwarf.
Are you? I was gonna ask you, Dustin. Are you liking the dwarven doctor, Daktari?
I can do whatever I want with him because he's pretty one-dimensional. So
I mean, I also
actually, I don't mind. I don't mind that. Actually, it's all right.
I also looked at, to be honest.
He can also be. I imagine he's going to be obnoxious too.
I also
Like,
looked at.
all life is sacred and must be protected at all costs.
And I'm like-
seeing you go around like just blast the shit out of people and be like, no! Like, is that what I do? Run around constantly going, no!
No, not necessarily. I mean, people. I mean,
Well, you need to learn how to do like the screaming no.
He's a He's a pacifist though, which
Oh,
makes
God.
it terribly difficult.
I also looked at Hardline for you. If you don't like the Hardpoint, he's on page 78. He's a rigger.
Age 78. Oh.
Yeah.
I have. Okay, hold on a second. I have to find a sound effect.
So play would go something like that. Obviously, I would have better like.
No, that was perfect so far. I was already getting into the game.
Yeah. So
Um,
I've already got an idea. I've got the first run basically set up, and the nice thing about this system is you can loosely decide what you want, and then because you're all building kind of the narrative together, you piece in details as you go, which makes writing adventure, as it were, easier.
so this is how I picture it, Kurt. See, like he would be saying something about his pacifistness, and I'd be like, "Oh, if it's not gonna work, right? Come on."
Silence. That's what happens.
Silence. There is if you want to
Oh, there we go.
there on the last page of the book, well, not the last page, it's the character sheet. But there is a list of like Shadowrun slang if you want to
Ooh,
try to
yeah.
make yourself familiar with some of it.
So, did the doc be like, I'm a pacifist? Sorry, what was that? I couldn't hear you. Something to that effect.
I don't know that he's a pacifist as much as he's like.
It says literally under his name, tags.
Oh yes, I
pacifist.
guess it does. I guess it does say that, doesn't it? I mean, maybe not the best choice then.
They're more like
can come up with
guidelines, actually.
We can come up with a different guy for you. That's perfectly fine. Like I said, I'm not stuck on any of these characters.
But the thing is, couldn't you play the character but just change the cues? Be like, okay, this guy's more of a sad,
yeah, you
mad
can do that
scientist.
too if you want to change what he is and the tags and shit. That's perfectly good. I'm cool with that. If you want to make up a complete character, I'm cool with that too. We can talk about that.
Shadow slang. Soka. Sprawl. Squishy.
Unfortunately, there's no gnomes in Shadowrun. I've tried really hard to find
You
one.
guys are all squishies to me. I like it. That's a vulgar. It even says if it's a vulgar. Like Drek is a vulgar word to say feces, a common curse word. This elf looks like 5 feet of piled Drek. Jeez. So
There are two gnomes in Shadowrun.
They got eaten by the trees.
Well, I don't have any characters with gnomes. So
Are there gnomes?
gnomes are
Yeah, they're a sub-race of dwarves.
yeah, they're subways of dwarves. Which is why I was kind of looking at dwarves for you. But like I said, if you want to something completely different, have at it, man. I'm cool. I kind of like the dwarf spirit whisperer.
Do we have?
Be a gnome.
How about this, Kurt? Can you give us?
Well, he's about the gnome looking. He's on page 84. He's about the gnome looking dwarf I ever saw.
Oh yeah, Kurt. I have a question. Can you?
What's that?
Can you give us an idea of what to expect from our first run or the beginning of our story? Maybe that'll help, like, cultivate our ideas as far as our group. And like, we have to decide as a group how long we've been working together, or if we're all brand new and all that. Or
You haven't. As far
Okay.
as I'm concerned,
okay, we're not
you are all
news.
brought together independently.
Okay.
Shadowrun does it a lot. If you guys decide to make
Kurt does it a lot based upon some really bad experiences in D&D where he tried to get people to meet each other and get to know each other, and then inevitably killing each other.
Hey, we're gonna do that.
That
here.
happens. But Shadowrun's a little bit more open. You're basically all mercenaries. So the fact that you're all hired by one person to do a job is not that
We're all gonna meet Mr.
far
Johnson
of a
together.
stretch. Yeah. So
I would like to play Guy Noir,
Guy
Private
Noir.
Private Eye.
What page is that?
He's not on any page.
Oh,
Oh, he's making it up. If you don't like any of these guys, Dustin, that's cool. We can find something for you. We'll get you set up. I'm good. I can make a character for you too. We can make one together. There's a lot. There's actually quite a few characters in here too. I also thought about
Doc Wagon. That's what the medical ambulance response is.
you could be Reese Frenzy, the orc base.
You made that up.
No,
What page is
page
that?
114.
What page?
114.
Reese Frenzy. He's a heavy metal guitar player. I love it. Yes, we could be brothers or maybe distant cousins. Now you look more like Dwayne the Rock Johnson, but
I
not
like-
really.
For example, Luke, this guy has a sinner. This character legal citizen and the data is available to the Global Sin Registry.
What's SIN stand for? Is it something identification number?
Sin. It's
Come on, Kurt.
something. Yeah, it's something identification number. Too late. I'm gonna look it up. I can't remember.
Ooh, girl's name Razzle Dazzle. Well, I like my guy. I like his name. I like his race. I like what he is. He's gonna be rough, tough. Like, he's gonna be a jerk. He's gonna be kind of an asshole that just likes to kick ass. I think that fits. That's typecast to me very well.
It's system
Minus the kick-ass part.
It's system
Yes.
identification number.
System identification number. Bastard. Okay, that's good. That's what I wanted to know. All right.
It's basically because the Global Sin Registry is Global System Identification Number Registry.
I like that when Kurt reclines, he disappears from the webcam.
I know. Whee!
I'll have to fix that.
I also like this guy named Raspberry Jam, the human arms dealer.
Yeah.
Where's he at?
He's on
110?
page.
Page 110.
Yeah.
His tags are human, arms dealer, downtown, shameless, and lucky. He sounds like a real all-American winner.
He's got some serious ass edge. Oh, we need to talk about edge.
What's edge?
Edge is you have edge. Everybody has edge.
How much? And
So edge can be used to do different things. Basically to help with like rolling. Right here. So edge can be used to boost a test. Like if you feel like you're not gonna pass a test or you feel like you need a boost or something, you can spend an edge and you can spend a edge before you roll a test, and when you roll a dice, you add count 4, 5s, and 6s. It's hit just 5s
Oh,
and 6s.
okay. So it makes it a little bit better for you.
And you can spend an edge to reroll all the dice that were not 5s and 6s.
Oh, so either before or
And you
after.
have your edge is based on a session. So like Raspberry Jam has 6 edge. He can spend 6 edge during a session,
Oh,
which is why he considered lucky, because you can affect dice rolls and shit like that. But like once you use up all your edge for a session, you're done. You don't get to do that anymore.
you don't get it back.
Yeah.
Where's
I mean,
it
you get it back the next session, but you don't get it back for that.
Where does it show it on your sheet?
It's an attribute.
It's the very last attribute on your character sheet.
You have an edge of 1.
Where does it say that?
So strength, agility, willpower, logic, charisma, edge, right underneath your name.
I'm looking on the actual book.
Yes, so am I.
That's the top.
Oh, jeez.
Very top.
If
Right
it was a
there.
snake, it would have bit me. Oh my god!
Thank God you're running this, Kurt.
I told you there. Finally, you admit it's not me. There we go. You can't go back on it now.
No, it's still
No.
it's still
You
your
said
fault.
it. No, it's done. Done.
No, you're the host. You're supposed to make sure everything's in order, and you didn't. You don't.
I can't be responsible for my players. It's been proven time and time again.
You know.
But but you're responsible for the people that are hosting
Yeah. Well, whatever.
as the host.
You're hosting next time, so you're gonna get to work.
No, I can't host.
Oh, and you're like, I might do it. Now you suddenly can't, huh? Kurt, we're gonna fight like this the whole time because since Dem and I are both players, we have a lot more time to.
That's fine.
harass the
Fight
crap out of each other.
narratively. That's cool.
We're probably not going to like each other in game, and the crappy thing about that is we're not really going to be role playing.
So roleplay. I mean, take a look at the book if you want. I mean, I understand we all don't want to dig through the book.
I
So
love it.
that's fine. Dustin, did you figure out a guy you like, or are you?
There's too much pressure. I can't handle it.
Huh?
I have 2 rules, Kurt, and you should know that. Rule number 1, no elves. Rule number 2, no orcs.
Wow, that limits it down a little bit.
Okay. So not Koi Dog. You know, we already got Decker. We got Hardpoint over here. I kind of liked Hardpoint. The rigger. That's paid 78. He could be a troll.
All right, rule number 3, no trolls.
And we got the Dwarf Spirit Whisperer. That's paid 84.
So now there's 3 rules. I like it.
There's a
You can be
razor.
badass.
There's
but
a
you know what?
razor girl. I don't know how you feel about playing a female.
I mean, you
We can
just
also make you a
say it-
character,
You can
too.
also
I
just
can-
say it's male. You know, you can just.
Yeah, I mean, well, she's a razor girl.
Be transgender.
I mean, you know,
Transitioning.
you can be another street samurai named Hawk, page 98.
I mean, you got humans and dwarves, basically, right?
Yeah, it's essentially as far as this is concerned. Or we can make you a character. Do you have anything in particular you want to play? I mean,
Dragon.
I don't know how familiar you are with Shadowrun. You
Dragon.
can't be a dragon. You can't be a dragon.
Yes, you
Give me a dragon kin.
This is not
I'm
Dungeons
so
and
akin to
Dragons. Dragons are malevolent and jerks in this.
Ooh, okay, I'm all in on dragon now.
Yeah.
You didn't, you didn't talk me out of it.
Fit right on in. Let me ask a question, Kurt. If we're starting maybe next week, what is the time frame us as a group we want to look at? Just this is like from like an 8 to 10 thing, with like a break
That
at
would
about
be-
9 o'clock for Dem and the rest of us, maybe like a.
That would be ideal. I'm trying to compress. I want to be able to do a run in that stretch.
You
The
could. We
idea
could.
being these would be bite-sized kind of thing. So maybe we'll do something longer later.
Can we
but
say
to
8 to
start
like
with-
10:30 or 8 to 10 o'clock ish? So we have like when it's.
Well, let's do this. I'm thinking 8 to 10 with a hard end at 10:30. like no matter what. If you wrap at 10:30.
The only thing is that at 9, I'll probably have to leave.
Right,
For 10
we'll
minutes.
take a few minute break at 9, and be cool. So people can pee and refresh their drinks or whatever.
Yep, that's fine. I mean,
I
I'm
don't
okay with that, Dustin.
Because of the way this is run, I don't foresee it
that's
really
fine.
being a problem. Because it's pretty much we're all involved most of the time. It's not a lot of
No,
not a lot of down.
I already feel a lot more comfortable about this, like really like mainstream, like dumb. I don't say dumbed down version, but this real mainstream narrative version of Shadowrun, and like with my tiny bit of cyberpunk knowledge, like as long as you explain a few things, like this is what's normal in this day and age, and give us some reminders, I'm feeling good
Right.
about Sledge right now.
Okay. Does anybody have any? I mean, I know we have to figure out a character for Dustin, which is cool. Dustin, we'll figure something out for you.
Yeah, we got a whole week.
If you can
We'll talk.
create my character sheet, I'll probably email you with a variety of questions.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. No worries there. Email away. I will answer whatever I can.
And we're all new to each other.
If I can't, I will look up.
Sledge
Ooh.
Slammer. Nah, Sledge is good. I don't have to. Sledgehammer? Sledgehammer. Sledge Spammer.
What is this on the screen?
What's on what screen?
What happened? What happened to Roll20?
You're looking at the map.
It's terrible. It's awful. What is this?
Giggity
Nonsense.
giggity.
I don't even know what's going on here. So this.
Bye bye. Like this is just a little taste of your own medicine. Is all I have to say. I didn't do it, but I didn't do it. I didn't touch it. That would be me not being in control again of Dem or Dustin or both.
I'm just gonna shut that shit down. That's what's gonna happen.
There we go. That's what you do. Put it out.
Now I don't know if I'm going to use. I might see if I can find like some pictures of like stuff just to kind of throw on the map, but I don't think I'm gonna be using the map for any practical.
You know what's really good for it?
Things.
If it's more narrative, really, it's only probably if you need like to like demonstrate like a battle area, like this is exactly where you guys are standing, and we've probably just take it from there. But like we for what we've been doing in Apocalypse World, we've really not been using the map at all. It's been like a overview map where we've just like here's where you are in the world, but we haven't gone like Final Fantasy where we dive into the battle.
Right, like
we haven't done that at all.
This game kind of works on the premise of there's three. You're either far away from somebody, you're near to somebody, or you're close to somebody.
Close, near. Man, it sounds like it was based off the Apocalypse World engine, like roughly. Like
maybe. I mean, maybe it's based off. This is a queue system. The queue system is a system that there is no GM. Every player plays.
What are you gonna do then?
But this game has.
Just sit back and take all the credit.
Yeah. So this.
Kind of like what Luke does with Apocalypse World.
Yeah, I haven't watched any Apocalypse World games. Should I?
You should watch mine. Ours.
Okay.
If you're gonna watch one, at least go there and then you can like it or dislike it. But yeah, it's great. I mean, I also bought Dungeon World, which is like D&D in the same engine, and we've also played in my house. We played Action Movie World. You weren't. That's the weekend that you moved, and we came out for a bit, and then we came back to my house.
Yeah.
And we played Action, which is playing an action movie from the 1980s. And there's a whole bunch of games that are based off the same engine, but it's a narrative thing.
It's all the action, yeah, all the.
And the GM doesn't ever roll; they just react to the players rolling badly or questions that are asked. So I just see a lot of similarities. It's not the same, but it's very close in some ways.
Yeah. So
I'm happy with it. I like it.
I feel like I'm gonna have to explain plot points again. If you guys do read nothing else in the book, please read the section about plot points. It's on like page 35 or something.
To be perfectly honest, you're probably going to have to explain everything again.
And that's fine. But if you guys could take a second and read that section, I think it's. Let me find it. And then so you have it kind of in the back of your head, and then when I explain it again, it makes more sense. It starts on page 35. and it's like, I don't know, like a page with the reading. You can probably skip over earning. Basically, I need you to know what spending does.
I'll try to get this thing where I can access this PDF at work.
And if you can read from the bottom of page 35 where it says spending plot points, players, to where it says spending plot points, game master, we're good.
That's
all
asking
I
a
really
lot.
need. That's not that much. It's like 3 or 4 paragraphs.
Sounds like homework to me.
Yeah, last I checked, I was done with college like 15 years ago.
Hi, Jenny.
God, 15 years ago.
Did they leave the costume here?
Huh?
Did they leave the
Luke,
costume?
it
No,
was
they left
like
part.
no,
They
it
left
was
about
14 years
part.
ago.
14?
They didn't leave the costume. She said
I
she was-
graduated in
I didn't know she
05.
was coming.
Ooh.
Sorry, I'm having a conversation. I'm gonna mute myself for a second.
She
Yeah, you better mute yourself.
Luke, that's so long ago.
Yeah, it was.
Done.
I mean, I've gone back to college a second time since then, and been out of that college for almost 2 years. So, yeah, it's cray.
Yeah. Hopefully in a year I'm going to switch to something else but I don't have to go to college.
Switch to
What?
a new career without going to
missed-
college.
Yeah.
That sounds.
What are they called? Apprenticeships.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh, very nice.
Did you find anybody you like, Dustin?
What? Oh, I'm not paying attention.
Did you find anybody you like? No.
I like how
Yes.
I'm staring at my OBS and what's being recorded and broadcast live, and it says "Don't kill me, no," and "poop" written in cursive, in red on the map.
Who wrote poop in cursive?
I just freaking deleted all
I
that.
was
shit. What?
going to make poop jokes.
This is
I didn't
terrible.
catch the poop.
Well, that's probably better for
Dustin.
your hands if you don't. I mean,
No, I mean, yeah, don't catch poop. It's not good.
there. Put that back up. Well, okay, so read up on plot point usage, basically, which is our hero points.
Yeah, if
And the other guys got to
Which is-
kind of decide their character so you can put it together. But otherwise, we're ready to go, right? Like, I'm going to look up the guns that I have because it looks like I have a Yamaha Raiden, which is an assault rifle. Okay, so I have an assault rifle, a pistol, an SMG, and a katana. A mono katana, which I'm not sure what a mono katana means, unless it means like one-handed. Is that what that means? Or is that just its name?
what?
You put on my character sheet. You said custom replica mono katana.
I don't know. That's just what was on there. I'm assuming it's single edge. Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe it means single edge, but I thought most katanas were.
I don't
Whatever.
know. I don't even know if there's equipment. I don't even know if there's really equipment in here.
I'm just gonna rename all of my weapons with names. As a street samurai, I feel that all of my weapons would have personal names, like Jane's gun. Oh, what was the name? Macy. Quit. Not Macy. Here. What was Jane's gun's name? What's his from Firefly? What is it? Damn it.
Jane?
Jane from Firefly. His assault rifle. His big gun.
Oh, Vera?
Vera. Yes. I mean, I got to be the Jane of the group.
This is my all-time favorite gun. My times of taking you seriously are kind of coming to a middle.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to make all my
Page
Veras. So yeah, I'm happy.
Whatever you need to.
Oh yeah, I need to.
Right.
I think I'm the Jane. I'm the Jane Street Samurai orc. Jane will be a basis
Great.
of my character creation here, my thought process. Maybe.
Good. It's good.
So speaking of the 9 o'clock break, I need to tackle
No,
that,
we can
so-
wrap. We can wrap up. I just wanted to get together and kind of.
Yeah,
Good.
I'll read up on my character. I'll read that exhausting 3 paragraphs, and I'll let you know if I have any questions.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, read through whatever you want to, but if you could just read that part, that'd be great.
That's gonna be good. All right.
I'm trying to. I don't know. I realized that I didn't really see any equipment in this select weapons page.
Well, it looked like the characters had some weapons
Right,
already.
but you select weapons, so I'm trying to figure. Oh,
Like I have a Shyways arms stun staff and a Shyways
Shawasi?
arms
Oh,
monsoon.
okay,
Whatever. I don't know
so
how you pronounce that stuff.
according to this, you're supposed to freaking pick gear from 5th edition, and then it's got
Ah.
conversion rules, which is fine.
We have that book too somewhere.
Yeah, it's in the Dropbox. So if you want to find the gear from there, you can take a look. But most of you will already have gear unless I'm creating a character for you, which
I'm
I
good at
guess we need
mine.
to decide if are you good, Dem?
Yeah.
Are you unhappy with everything, Dustin? I don't know what that means.
That means he agrees, yes, that he's unhappy with everything. Perfect.
What do you want me to make you then? I hate you so much.
What do you want me to make you? Okay.
I'm gonna make you a freaking elf.
I
if you
like-
don't speak.
I like how we have Dem and I go way back. Kurt and Dustin go way back, and then like Kurt and I have bridged this gap. So we're gonna see a lot of these relationships going back and forth over the next few weeks.
It also seems like those who have the longest relationships seem to dislike each other the most.
Yeah.
I don't dislike Dustin.
Well, I dislike Luke.
Though he keeps writing poop in my poop.
I'm not.
Smith.
I haven't done anything on that battle grid. Like my hands are clean, man.
I also do not dislike Kurt. I am more of a well-wisher in that I do not wish him any specific harm.
Great.
You guys are nice. Luke and I are more cutthroat.
Hmm.
Must be a Ferris alumni thing.
Could be.
So
Go Bulldogs! Woo!
I do need to know if I need to make you a character, Dustin. If you're gonna pick one of the ones.
Hey, I lived in Reed City for a year.
Yeah.
That's close enough.
Close enough. I used to go to the game shop there in Big Rapids.
What was that? Sector 90 or section?
I don't couldn't tell you.
Area
Totally forgot.
something. What's it? Area 51.
Area 51. Yeah, it was Area
Yeah.
51.
There we
That's
go.
right.
Well, all right. I'm gonna shut this down on my end, but we can keep talking, and then
Okay.
Dem can take off to do his thing, and we're gonna come back next week with episode 1. It's all about the run, Shadowrun style. See you next time.
Runs. Diarrhea.